that, getting hit multiple times coming out of that bike section. More drivers coming to blows.
Hello and welcome into tonight's edition of the Liberty Belle League. This is a very special event tonight, non-points race. We are here for the Buddy Cup, and alongside me in the broadcast booth, also handling production duties tonight, is the big boss here at Slow Motion Broadcasting, Mr. Josh Wilkie. I am Charles Beauchelle. Welcome into tonight's event. We got a very special event tonight. This is once again called the Buddy Cup, and this is a team event. So some of your favorite drivers here in the Liberty Belle League have brought in a partner to help do battle tonight. And tonight's event is at Tsukuba on the main circuit, and we are not running the MX-5s. We are running the VW Beetle Lite. So rally cars on Tsukuba. That's going to make for some very interesting racing. Once again, we have a team event, 40-minute race. There will be a driver swap and fuel swap, or fuel addition during the course of the event, which is mandatory. So you'll have drivers swapping in and out, and we're looking forward to this. This is going to be a pretty good race. Josh, welcome in tonight, and been trying to give you a light load here on the commentary. But I do appreciate you being able to lend a voice to this broadcast tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Charles. Thanks for having me on here for sure. It's I've been watching in the background here in the production booth in the Liberty Belle All Women's Series here for the whole season, and this one's going to be a little different. We have also some buddies in here too racing, and it's going to be a team event for fun. So some of these drivers have been out here kind of coaching each other and helping each other out the whole season. Really supportive league. We've got a chance to watch them just growing and getting a lot faster and better and cleaner and learning racecraft and that kind of stuff. And tonight we're just going to kind of throw all that to the wind here, get in a VW rally car and just have some fun around Tsukuba, I think. So I think we're in for some fun here for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think these cars obviously are kind of well known for their rally capabilities. And so tonight we're going to be all tarmac, so no dirt sections. Unfortunately, we're going to keep it on the the hard surface as we're watching Amy Housel navigating her way around the track as we're into qualifying tonight. I did speak with Amy a little bit before the broadcast, and she wrote up some notes, and she just wanted me to speak tonight about tonight's race. And then she said tonight's race is all about gratitude. It's a way of saying thank you to everyone who supported and believed in the importance of the Liberty Belle League. And an even bigger thank you will go out as well to the women who keep choosing courage over comfort and putting themselves and their driving first. And the biggest thank you of all is to the incredible coaches Michelle, Lynn, KB, and Jen for helping them grow into stronger, smarter races than we were in round one. So can't obviously reiterate or expand upon that. Amy works hard to keep along with her crew of admins, work hard to keep this series going. And it looks like I've watched a few races here and there, and it looks like they're having some great fun and also learning some racecraft along the way, which is what iRacing's all about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. You get out there with your buddies and you have some fun, learn racecraft, and it's just so much fun, and it's awesome to watch grassroots leagues like this, and they continue to get better and continue to get more racy and more competitive, and that's just awesome to watch. I know you, Charles, and myself actually have been a part of a bunch of these through the years, watching people just get faster and everything. This one obviously being unique, being an all-women's league, it's pretty cool. It's a really cool thing to be a part of. And usually we have DJ Alessandri and Tom O'Gorman who are actually out there today. I believe they'll be in the Lizard Brains podcast team there. They actually have a podcast going as well, so you probably check that out in your spare time as well. We should try to touch quickly here on some points from the season here, and we actually have some stuff to give out as well, I think, here as well. So we got some series points and championship prizes. Maybe I'll let you get to those ones, Charles, and touch on that a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely bring that up as soon as you're ready to bring that graphic up. We'll go through the championship points and deliver and let everybody see where they stand tonight. And as well for this race, no points online tonight, but however, top two teams, $15 in iRacing credits to the top two teams finishing tonight, as well as a best livery. I can do them. I just
Liberty
can't say
livery. Yeah, it's not an easy one there for sure.
Liberty here, the best livery and we get to pick that. So we'll be looking at the liveries as they go around the track tonight, and we'll be giving that out. And it's also iRacing credits on offer for that as well.
Ooh, nice, very nice.
And so we're about a little over halfway through qualifying, and we got Jason Green of Green Dime Racing, which is him and Michelle Lynn, currently on pole 57.935. Shamit Som, only 0.3 off the pace. Dave Mole, Brandon Dreyer, and Tamra Kristinik are our top five. So we'll be kind of keeping an eye out on that as well. Do see some names I'm familiar with. Obviously, Jason Green, just known him for the last 3 years doing commentary with the Weekend Wars, and Michelle Lynn as well. So both of those drivers are very familiar to me. Do see Kerry Anderson, who also runs the Race Sports Club Racing League occasionally. Michelle Squirick, who's I've seen her in various leagues, very, very quick driver. And so, yeah, some names I know and some names I don't, but I look forward to getting to know these drivers a little bit more by the time this race is over with.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to touch on the points again, we actually do not have a graphic. So maybe quickly, because I've been, I've been watching these races for pretty much all of them. Maybe I'll touch on the points quickly here, and I can kind of expand on that for you
Go for it.
a little bit as well. So we don't have a graphic, but it's not something we usually touch on during these. We're not super points driven around here, but they are handing out some prizes. So we're just going to touch on it quickly there. First prize is actually going to be a $200 track night in America voucher. Second place is a 1-year iRacing membership, and third place is going to be $100 at Sim Motion as well. So that's pretty cool.
Ooh,
and right now,
nice.
Paula Wojcik is actually leading with 76 points. Ginger Ayers with 64. Audra Parody with another 64. So very tight there. Tamara Kostrinik is also in fourth place with 62 points, and then Audrey Tan with 60. I believe right after that we have Fan Shen with 42, Sarah Brunner with 58, Melanie Kwong, Amy Hastil, in 8th place with a 43 points, Melanie Kwong with 38 points in 9th, and Lori McKivley in 10th with 15 points. And they'll be handing that out at the end of the season, and we haven't been really touching on that too often, but Paula Wojcik doing a great job up front, and then there's a very small gap between the next 4 or 5 drivers there, so all to play for here a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking down the list is we've got the top, looks like the top 10 are just thereabouts, top 9 within a second of pole. It's going to be very tight racing here. Obviously, Tsukuba, not the biggest circuit in the world. As we're under a 1-minute lap time here, it's kind of like the Japanese version of Lime Rock, except not as much elevation.
Yep.
As we'll continue on here with qualifying, but I did want to throw in a little shout out to our sponsors for the season. Obviously, the Philadelphia region of the SCCA is really strongly an advocate for women in racing, and have really done a great job with sponsorship here in this league, as well as Sim Racers Group, the guys over on the left coast. My captain, Jason Kocher, and his band of pirates over there in California.
Yeah, they're great.
Doing some great work. I mean, I love doing the broadcast for those guys, and love interacting with them. And then, of course, you mentioned the Lizard Brains podcast is also a sponsor here. Is a little struggle there coming in for into pit road.
Not an easy pit entrance there.
Is that Michelle Squirick? Yeah, it is indeed. And it's one of those that this track, it used to be fairly popular. I think it's died off with the amount of other tracks that we've encountered and had added to iRacing. I remember as when I started my iRacing career in 2019, it seemed like this track was in the rotation almost every season. And it just seems like it's now that we're getting all the fancy tracks. I was doing some work with my team prepping for an event at the Miami Autodrome. So big difference between that brand new Miami track and here at Tsukuba, but still obviously very serviceable track, and there's some fun racing to be had here. It's a very technical track, even though it's not that long, but it's pretty technical in some of the cornering that you have to do. And as you saw, even some really good drivers like Squirek struggled just a little bit there as if she was working her way down pit entry.
Yeah, absolutely. This place is deceivingly technical, actually. There's, some corners you kind of just have to nail, and you just want to rush everything all the time around here, try to get faster and faster. It's so small, bit of a mind bender it can be. You do so many laps around here. I feel like I said that this morning in the FF race.
Yeah. All right.
But I think we have a grid
like
coming here, so let's
up.
get that grid up.
Yep. Absolutely. So Jason Green takes the pole position, 57.935. Audra Parody in second place. Dave Mull in third. Melanie Kwong will start in fourth. Tamara Kristinik will start in P5. Paul Newton starting in sixth. Michelle Squirick starting in seventh. Kerry Anderson starts at eighth. Cameron Asbury starting in ninth. Amy Housel starting in P10. Chris St. Mary starts in 11th. William Brunner starting in P12. Paul Wojcik, and they're off to the races already. As we didn't even get through.
Started without us.
Paul Wojcik, John Christie, Kimberly Armand, and Melanie Kwong rounding out your field. As Jason Green has taken to the inside and taken the lead over Dave Mull. Did have a car dropping. That is Michelle Squire falling to the back, so she is off the track. and she's going to have a little bit of work to do. She's back out on the track after everybody's worked their way through, and so she'll be able to catch back up. I think there'll be enough traffic here as we see a little bit of contact there. It's going to be very careful here with these cars as they want to slide a little bit in the back. Obviously, being rally cars, it doesn't take a lot to get that back end out. And so if you've been practicing any drifting, that would be the best. That would be a good time to put that into work use here as we're working our way through the end of the first lap here with Green in command, as well as Mull, Newton, Anderson up to P4. Christinic is in P5. So Tom O'Gorman all the way up to 6th, 10 positions since the start of the race. So he's on the ball already and moving up the field. Obviously, we talked about Squire falling down the order. She's down 9. Melanie Kwong not having a good race, down 10 positions as well, down in the 14th position, the VW Rabbits team. So we'll keep an eye out as Gorman is now up to P5. So it's we're already seeing some movers and shakers here very early.
Yeah, that was actually a great start around here for these cars. I'm very impressed at how everybody kept her together here. You know, these things aren't hard, they're not very easy to drive. They really aren't. They accelerate extremely fast. They're pretty twitchy, and it definitely takes a certain kind of driving style to really get them tucked in, as you just saw Tom O'Gorman do on the inside there, getting it tucked in. And in the background, one of the Albedo cars off in the back there. We'll try to find out who that was, but having some troubles in the back. Tom O'Gorman's going to look up the inside here. Looks like he's going to get it done into one of the more technical corners there, and one of the more important corners to get done around here.
It really is. It leads down to one of the longer straightaways, as you have to get that final corner just right to get a good run down, as we see Asbury working their way around the inside of Christinic to take over P6. Christinic falling down to 7th position, not giving up that just yet, as they're going to work as he'll lock up there. That's another thing you have to worry about these cars. They are very easy to lock the tires, so you got to be very careful once again, as we are talking about rally cars here. So braking and cornering are going to be at a premium, obviously, with a car that wants to turn sideways at any opportunity. You're going to be very careful while you're on the brakes and through the corners. As Paul Newton sitting there, that's a nice looking livery there.
It is. That's a good one. Yep.
That is a nice one. Yeah. So we'll see how Tom gets along there. Is up 3 positions already. So having a good start to this race. As I said, 40-minute race tonight. There is one pit stop is going to be required, and that's going to switch out. And we may see some differing strategies a bit depending on which driver started. I don't know that all these drivers will be coming in at the 20-minute mark to take fuel. There's probably going to be some drivers who may maximize their better driver during the course of that. So that's some strategy that may play out during the course of the race.
Yeah, and those kind of things are really fun. They're fun talking points. They're fun points to watch on track as well. Just kind of see, you get a little bit of difference between lap times perhaps, and it's going to throw a little bit of a wrench in the gears for certain teams, and it's just fun to kind of watch that sort of ebb and flow when you have a team event like this. And that's definitely a really nice livery there. I believe that's Audrey Tan's partner there in Team Skittles, and she has a very similar looking livery on her other cars. I believe maybe even in real life she's got a pretty cool looking Mazda with a very cool livery. Seeing some really wide track limits in the background there, taking as much of that exit as possible, and that's probably going to help you in this thing. It has so much acceleration. You probably saw off the line. Actually, it kind of surprised me and Charles in the middle of our middle of trying to get through the grid there. They just explode off the line, these cars. And,
they do.
It's actually pretty amazing. I think at one point actually they were the fastest accelerating vehicle like on the planet. I'm pretty sure. And so it does make for a pretty cool start, and it makes it kind of frenetic too. But they handled it really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I saw a lot of smoke coming off the line there as these tires get lit up. They do have just that turbo that's involved in that rally car. Just really accelerates these, launches them off the line. You're absolutely right. As we're taking a look here at Amy Housel, and we're going to get another replay here of the start of the race, and we're going to watch Amy's start and see how she does here when the lights turn off and we go racing. Good, a little bit late, but it's still a pretty good jump. Does not lose a position. Tucks in quite nicely here. She gets a good run, so she was on the gears pretty well. So did make up the stagger quite a bit as they worked their way through, and saw a little bit of the argy-bargy there at the beginning of the race And I'm going to go back and take a look at Michelle Squire and see what maybe have happened to her during the start of that, as Housel is already kind of using that front bumper to her advantage. And here's Michelle. We're going to get this start here, setting back there in, I believe, P8 or 7. Oh, just the car in front didn't get off the line, and she had a great jump. And got kind of stuck in the middle there, and sometimes that's the worst place to be, as you're trying to find the line through, and you get the pit maneuver from the inside there.
Bummer.
Just tough break for Michelle, nothing of her doing, and just once again, great start. Just kind of got stuck in the middle and nowhere to go.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, these cars, it's so easy to do that in these cars, especially the start procedure, basically. I would imagine that there's some drivers out there that have not done a start procedure in this car, maybe even this is the first time tonight, perhaps, or they've just practiced it this week. I can tell you from experience that even if you've practiced it a whole bunch, it's the most nerve-wracking part of the race, pretty much. Am I going to release the clutch and make sure you get it right? And once you get off the line, you can kind of breathe a little bit, but it looks like maybe we had a bit of a clutch issue there, perhaps, and it caused some pretty good avoidance there. Hopefully not too much damage, and it looks like everything's going to continue, but she's on the comeback tour now.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're looking here at Jason Green in the lead, very nice paint as well. Love the sketch drawings on the sides. Very, very comic book like, and I'm kind of into comics, so I like that. And I did see the Durkee's Dickles logo sponsorship on the front. If you want more information about that, Durkee's Dickles on Facebook. I'm not going to read their ad sponsorship because they don't sponsor it here, but it is one of the better ads that we do here at Slow Motion Broadcasting.
It is, yep. It's a pretty good one. Oh, we got somebody off there. We'll see who had that off track. Let's see if we can't track that.
It's the 83 car.
Looks like John Chrissy perhaps was off last.
Yeah. William Brunner, I think, was the car off there, the 83, and we'll see. There's John Chrissy working his way around the corner and out, just carrying a little bit too much speed, a little understeer there from that VW Beetle, but they want to get it back on just quite well, as we see Michelle Squire here now working her way through back up to P10. So she's made up quite a bit of the loss that she had at the beginning of the race, and she's working her way through the field. So she's having herself quite a good run as we're on board now with Brunner. That was the car that we saw with an issue a little bit earlier, the black and white VW. With I think that's geese on the side of it. Am I wrong?
It might be, yeah.
Just way too much speed through that final corner there, off in the gravel, off in the grass, and but able to recover it with no damage. So yeah, I think that's what that is. So the Piranha
get a better shot of it at some point.
That's the team name. So there we go. That answers a lot of questions.
It sure does.
You know what? I'll take my chances with a Piranha, having geese growing up rural, as I did. They make the most excellent guard animals that you will ever have, but they're quite vicious if they ever start laying eggs. I'm just going to say that. So back on board with Amy Housel in P9, so she's made up a position. Team Toe Beans. Okay, that's a cat reference, I think, if I remember correctly. But
anybody who has a cat or a dog, a little dog,
Shelby
maybe
the cat on the
will
side of the
understand
car.
that one.
So yeah, absolutely.
For sure. Go ahead, Charles.
No, that's all good. So just kind of looking through some notes here, and it's so far good racing thus far. Been very clean. Haven't had any issues. As we now see Squire working to the inside of the car in front, which is the Toe Beans car. That's Amy Housel. Makes the pass, makes it stick. Well done. Great pass there on the inside by Squire. She's moved up to P9, so she's got all of them but two, as we get a lock up there from one of the Oberto cars going down into the corner. I think that was Paul Wojcik just ahead of her, and a little struggle there with her and Kristinek working their way through that corner, and managed to get it all worked out. Don't see any damage on the cars. So, but now they've got Michelle Squire hot on their tail, looking to see if she can make a move on one of these corners, as Kristinek pulls a bit of a gap there over, but taking it very slowly through the corner. I think that may be her struggle point there, is just struggling a little bit trying to keep the balance of the car, working their way through the corners. A good speed down the straightaway, but not quite as comfortable through the bendy parts as Squire looking to the outside of Wojcik trying to make that pass. And we're starting to get a little bit of a train built up here behind Kristinek as now we see another move attempted there by Squire on the outside. It's going to be difficult to make a lot of those outside moves stick tonight with the amount of pickup these cars have coming out of the corner. You're going to have to carry a lot of speed on the outside to make that move stick.
Yeah,
but the inside
absolutely.
works very well.
Yep, just got that done.
The inside and gets around Wojcik to take over that position. So back up to P8 for Squire. And Michelle having herself a really good comeback run here. We're only 11 minutes in, so we're not even to the point where we're going to get the driver swap yet. So still doing well. She's back up to her almost back up to her starting position, as now she's looking to take that position from Kristinek, not able to get this done, get the deal done just yet. And she's going to get it on the outside or the corner exit and make that move to the inside and get the run. Is she going to be able to hold it around the outside here?
Oh, shoot.
She is, but with contact, and that was Kristinek locking up on the inside, making contact with Wojcik as well. I think Housel got involved in that also. A little more damage to the front of the car. So Tamara's going to drop back down into P11, and I think she's going to rethink some of these cornerings here just a little bit more, struggling just a little bit, but we see, locking up there on the grass on the inside. Car turns sideways. Nowhere for Wojcik to go. And now I think that Kristinek's also dropped the position to Paradis. So she's fallen down to P11. So Paradis up into P10 as we see another replay here. And you see the amount of flex on those tires.
Yeah.
Great graphics there by iRacing to show the flex on those tires as it put the load down on one of the corners. As we are back on board here with Wojcik in front of Housel. Housel's keeping pace, doing pretty well there, trying to keep that gap tight as they're starting to lose time, and there's a little bit of lockup by Wojcik there going into the corner, and Housel's going to look to the inside. Not enough to make it happen just yet, so she's going to remain in P9 as Squire starts pulling a gap 1.6 over Wojcik at this point, and just continuing on her forward momentum. As with another little late lock up there by Wojcik, Housel sneaks to the inside, makes the pass around. So put Team Toe Beans back up into P8. And
Toe Beans.
Toe Beans. And
that's a good one. The
Wojcik,
chat's loving that, by the way.
I'm going to struggle with Paula's team name, but because it looks very foreign to me. So we're going to just say Paula's team for the time being. Maybe
I'm looking for that one now to see. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I see what. Yeah.
It's more than my Alabama dialect is going to be able to handle, I think, tonight. As Dreyer moves to the inside, locks it up a little bit there on the inside of the corner, and still battling side by side and bumping there with St. Mary. So we got Kwong and St. Mary there doing battle the hard way. As we're just really fighting hard amongst this back markers. Even in the back, they're still fighting for positions, and that's what we like to see. We like to see people driving really hard and trying to do the best they can. And a little bit of bump into these cars is not going to hurt these cars very much. So, we're not talking about 200 mile per hour monsters here. We're talking about, cars that are probably max out about 130. So, they're much more comfortable being sideways than they are being at full speed. So, a little bit of bumping is going to be okay. As we have Kimberly Armand in the pits, and has been in there for a little bit of time, and is going to come back out, and out she comes. Is this a driver swap?
Let's find out here. I can get the team name up. I will get the driver up.
Kimberly Armand is the team name, and I'm trying to find out her.
Yep, Kimberly Armand is in right now. So Kimberly Armand is in the car at the moment.
Yeah, so Kim and Jesse, a husband and wife team. So there we go.
Oh, excellent.
And so Kim in the car, Kimberly in the car now. I don't want to shortcut her name, but some people don't like that. Some people are okay. But Kimberly Armand in the car now already got a lap down, but she's made her pit stop. So I'm going to assume that the driver swap has been done at the 15-minute mark of the race. And we've got her just ahead of the...
It's like John Chrissy. Oh, and John Chrissy's in the pit.
John Chrissy
I think we've had a pit entrance problem here. I believe we'll try to go back and have a look at that. It looks like he was, it looks like he was probably trying to come into the pit, just like we saw in the intro there. Not an easy one, especially in these cars. If you hit that grass, you get some, some tires on the sticky side, some on the, we're gonna understeer here as well.
Whoa, wow.
Yeah, so we're just having some troubles out in the car there. I think, perhaps maybe maybe we have some damage or something there as well. But it's sitting in the pit. For the time being, it looks like Team VW Rabbits here only sat in the pit for about 17 seconds, so I'm not sure if that's our bar, but that's the first one that we've seen. I'm pretty sure, like you said, we probably had a driver change there too, right? So that should maybe be our bar for about what a pit stop should look like, but I haven't seen anybody else, no takers yet.
Yep, no takers just yet. We'll see. Chrissy did tow back to the pits from the stop position. So they'll be towing in now, and the timer is running. I will say unlimited fast repair. So this is a learning league, a teaching league. So we're not allowing anybody to quit just because they've broken the car. Get it back to the pits, get it reset, get back out on the track, keep driving. So they'll continue on. I'm quite sure as they're in, and Chrissy is back out on the track. So did come back out on the track, no driver change. So he's going to come back out and run a few more laps before he comes in for the driver swap. And we're back on board here. Battle between Jason Green and Tom O'Gorman there has made his way all the way up to P2. And so he is all over the back of Jason Green. And they're going to make this a battle up here at the front as we get ready to get to the crossover point here when we'll start seeing some teams come in with driver swaps. As Tomo looking to the outside in that rally car, trying to make it around the outside. Not quite enough there, as we're going to get some lap traffic. That is Chrissy that we're going to work our way around. Green staying on the inside, taking the defensive line. O'Gorman on the outside, looking to see if he can keep that run going on the outside of the corner. Not going to be able to get that done as they work their way out of the final corner, and Green's going to move to the inside and keep that defensive line. So he's really trying to stay defensive. Obviously, he knows that Tomo there is got quite a bit of pace in that car, and so he's using every bit of racecraft he can to keep his car up in the front, which means he's going to pinch O'Gorman there to the outside as we get more lap traffic. Gorman! Oh no! Little
bummer.
Too close for comfort there. Takes it to the grass, but I think makes contact with the car as they work their way through. I think that was Kimberly Armand, with a meatball flag. So she's going to head back into the pits and tow back and get that served. And we might see a driver swap at this point if they haven't done so already. But just obviously, I think O'Gorman would probably like to have that one back if you asked him about it. And just see. I think, Armand was doing a really good job of trying to keep out of the way, stay off the racing line, and Gorman maybe just a little bit too aggressive there for what we're doing here tonight, making the contact, and but getting the pass done for around the lap car, but not probably in the best way that he would want to.
Yeah, maybe not there. It almost looked like, he took no damage and she took a meatball. Almost looked like there was a little bit of netcode involved there as well, or a little bit of glue. Possible. But nonetheless, it was a pretty squeaky move to try to get through there for sure. And sometimes you just got to make a decision: am I going to go left? Am I going to go right? I know, Tom would never want to do something like that on purpose at all. For sure. It might have looked like it was clear, but yeah, I agree. Probably a little bit froggy for what's going on here. But you get under, you definitely get the red mist a bit. And actually, they're both going to come in together now. So this is going to be our leaders coming in. This should show us kind of what the bar is going to be like. See if we get a driver change out of it here. But we're going to come in and have a look at some pit stops here between the two leaders and see how this shakes out in a few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're going to get the top two cars into the pits to get their pit stop done. I'm assuming we're going to get driver change here, and as the cars go up on the jacks, and we've got Tamara Kristinek coming back out onto the track. So Tamara's going to stay in the car. She's got her pit stop done and back out. And we do have Michelle Lynn getting into the car Tom O'Gorman is staying in the car as he is going to continue around. So we did have one driver swap, and Michelle Lynn getting in the car. Audra Parody already in the pits as well. So we'll see if there's a driver change involved in that as she comes in for her stop. Trying to see if there's anybody else as I'm looking down the list here. And that's Jesse Armand, who is now coming in. So now Jesse takes over for his bride, Kimberly, and he is out on the track. And Schmidt Salm is looks like getting into the car. That is the 123 car. And I believe that is a driver swap as well.
Green Dime Racing still sitting in the pit lane here. Not exactly sure what is going on there, but that seems like a very long pit stop. Not exactly sure why that's taking so long, but they're going to lose a lot of time on that one, Charles.
They are indeed, and she is. Michelle is now out on the track. That she has exited the pits. As Housel and Wojcik, I believe, is coming into the pits for their stop. Looks like most of the field is coming in for their pit stop. So we're starting to see some driver swaps here just beyond the halfway point. So looks like everybody's going in. We'll start giving some new names as we get back out.
Yeah, we'll get those names up here, make it easy for you. It's that's Audrey Tan there coming in. So she's actually switched now and is driving the Team Skittles car here with a pretty awesome paint job. Something actually we have to, you know, I think between probably this one, I really do like the green dime one there, just because it's Michelle Lynn's purple and Jason Green's green on one side, and I'm probably a little bit biased there because I know those two cars so well, but I kind of like what they've done there. You know, it's a pretty cool thing, but you know, I think Audrey Tan's is going to be pretty hard to beat as well. There's definitely some effort put into that one. And also, you know, just on another note, I believe the Alberta ones, I think they make like really good beef jerky, so it's going to be hard not to vote for that one, even though it's kind of the standard paint job. But we'll see at the end here. We'll definitely get you a winner. You know, the Piranha Goose is probably the best name out there. Maybe Toe Beans seems
I would agree with that.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard. I definitely wouldn't want to meet a Piranha Goose. But let's get back to some racing here. Tom O'Gorman out front now. So after that little incident there, they had a really fast pit stop, and he decided to stay in the car.
He did.
He's actually now, you know, he's probably got a lap or so on Jason Green and Michelle Lynn. So blown wide open here. Not exactly sure what's going to happen. We're going to see how this shakes out soon.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see how it shakes out, and I'm gonna make a guess that that maybe somebody forgot to untake the tires on Green and Michelle's pit stop there, and they did a tire swap when they probably didn't need to. But you know, who knows? I don't know. These rally tires, you know, I don't know how fast they go away. I don't know if it's better to have them where it's been kind of roughed in a little bit, or to have a nice fresh set. I don't run rally a lot. I have ran it before, but I've never really ran the rally car on an asphalt only circuit. So we'll have to see how this all shakes out, as Carrie Anderson there running in P3, so has moved up into third position, up 5 positions, working her way around Armand there. That is Jesse Armand. So Carrie around into still in P3, but lapping a few cars. So having a really good run, and I'm sure we'll see her other half there very shortly, as she gets a chance to do a driver swap, and we'll see how it goes here. Schmidt Salm, Cameron Asbury is in P11 and working their way through. So still really some good battles on track. You've got Michelle Lynn sitting there in P9. Has 2 cars right behind her, looking for a way around, and that is not the way you want to work around, but a good save by Michelle there to get that car righted and able to hang on to the spot, as well as hang on to the car, and so she's going to remain in 9th, just ahead of the Distinguished Gentlebirds of the number 123 car with Schmidt Salm. And then in 11th position, you've got Homecoming Queen, which is Cameron Asbury, who is sitting there running in P11. So a nice little 3-car battle here in the mid-pack. We do have a couple other battles. We've got Team Skittles up there, Audrey Tan running in P5, just ahead of Amy Housel running in P6. and that battle is a half second. So Housel's still continuing a climb forward. As we see Tan with a little bit of lock up there going into the corner. That's going to give Housel a chance to work to the inside and see if she can get this move done. It's going to be hard braking zone here as we get a side-by-side battle, and we see that Tan is just going to back out of that and let Amy take that position as we're at the 25-minute mark of the race. So now we've got Team Toe Beans up into P5. Skittles drops down to P6, and Audrey Tan still doing a pretty good job on there as she's taken over from Newton, her partner, in the race. As and once again, still driving pretty well as we get back to this 3-car battle here. And Michelle Lynn is leading this 3-car group, still hanging on to that spot P9, not giving an inch. And I think Michelle, as she gets a little bit looser in the car, is probably going to maybe start clicking off a little bit faster laps as she's just now getting up to speed after the long pit stop. So she's got some lost time to make up for.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I did see most of the cars go up on jacks for tires. I think these things blow the front tires off really bad, and in about 20 minutes they're just gone. I'm pretty sure. But I'm not exactly. I bet you it was a hardware failure or something for these guys. It looks like maybe that driver change. Somebody didn't get their belts on fast enough, or got caught up in something, couldn't get the steering wheel on, something like that. And she's unfortunately going to be down quite a bit now. Still lapping really quickly. Toe Beans, Team Toe Beans, I should say, actually lapping the fastest at the moment with a 57.677. So they're moving out there. Maybe a little bit of draft perhaps, but pretty cool stuff. Definitely chat loving some of the names out here. We're just getting used to some of the names here for sure. It's hard to kind of attach one to the other every once in a while, but we got some pretty good names. I like the Distinguished Gentlebirds. That is probably one of the better names I've ever heard. I think 2 very similar looking cars there. Looks like Michelle's a bit of a cork in the bottle here for these two, so they're struggling. This is a very difficult track to drive around for sure. It is not an easy track to pass, around, to go up the inside or the outside. It's so easy to block, I think, around here that it's just really difficult to get around somebody. We're seeing a lot of that out there today. Gets frustrated. You might even have to get a chrome horn out a little bit every once in a while around here, especially in these cars.
Yeah, absolutely. As you're absolutely right. And once again, we talk about these being rally cars. We got to move here. That's Asbury working to the inside of Michelle Lynn. I'm sorry, that's Psalm working to the inside of Michelle Lynn. Asbury's trying to follow. They come around the final corner, almost 3 wide there, as Psalm is going to take that position. Probably get this sold there and done, and Asbury's going to get it as well. It's going to drop Michelle Lynn down into P11. It's going to move Team Tamdrew up into P8 with Distinguished Gentlebirds moving up to P9. As we see our race leader here, Tom O'Gorman, I think he's turned it into a rally course with the track limits he's taking there through some of the corners. And these cars actually probably do run just as well out in the grass as they do on the concrete. So I don't think that's much of a problem. If you get off in the grass, it's pretty easy to recover these cars. Just slide around the corner and everything's going to be okay.
Absolutely. They have, they have so much power to get you out of trouble, and they're meant to ride in the dirt too, right? So you can use a little bit of it. You probably won't even lose much time. In fact, you might be a little bit more at home in the dirt in some situations for sure. Definitely with some setups. We can see our pit times on the side there. Looking pretty similar. So they are actually pretty jumbled around, aren't they? We got 3 or 4 second gaps in between them, lapping all around the same time when they actually did come into the pit, but pretty wildly different times back and forth. I think that's going to again have to do with that driver change, right? You got to get in the car and change it, and you might just fumble over some buttons or something. Some of the most stressful stuff you do in iRacing, or I would imagine in real racing as well, is getting into the pit, getting something like a driver change. The things that you don't think about, you practice and practice and practice the track, and then mess up in the pit like I do every Sunday.
Yeah, exactly right. And looking at the times, the ones that are in the 30s are the ones that did the driver swap. So it's a 15-second driver change time. And based on whatever rule set they're using here, because I know each series has its own kind of rules within iRacing, depending on how you build the session. The driver swap can't happen while they're doing work on the car. So you can You can do a tire change with a driver swap. You cannot do a fuel fill with a driver swap, and it's all complicated. But I think that is what we're seeing is a driver swap is adding an additional 15 seconds on their pit time.
Right.
So I think what you're seeing there is it checks out as we're looking here at Shamit Sam in the Distinguished Yellowbirds car running in P9. Still having quite a good run as we got Asbury now with a slowdown. So that's going to have to be worked off somewhere in here. Might be a couple of corners that Cameron can work through that will allow them to just take it a little bit slowly on the apex and burn that time off. But they're going to have to get it done here. You only have about 30 seconds or so usually to get that worked off, and that yellow becomes black, and that means a drive through the pit. So we will make sure that car gets it slowed down, closed out, and the time served, and there we go. It has been done. So able to get that done before it felt like it was getting close. I would agree. So able to get the slowdown worked off and back out to racing again, so can focus forward. But now I got to focus behind a little bit as Michelle Lynn wants that position back and is looking to find an opening here. I think she realized that there was a slowdown happening and starting to look for an opening to make the pass, but not able to get that done quite yet. As Michelle sitting there running still in P11. So so it just kind of shows that was a very strange and long bit time there between Jason Green and Michelle Lynn. So I would have to agree with you. I think there was something else going on. Maybe there was a issue with maybe some hardware or something like that, trying to get everything going. So back up to the front of the field, Tom O'Gorman still leading and with actually a massive gap. So Tom is just out there making laps, trying to get through the lap traffic, and does have that yellow car working through as well. And I'm trying to figure out who that is. Where's my number there?
That is the number 7, the VW Rabbits, I believe that is.
The VW Rabbits, the number 13, Brandon Dreyer. Okay, so there we go. So Brandon Dreyer in the car. And I was going to say that to me, and this is probably an age thing, but that livery looks very Saved by the Bell. I don't know if that's...
that is a good call, Charles. That is a good call. You may have just won them the $15. That's it. That's very 90s. No doubt about it. Or 2000s. I'm kind of loving that. Yep, I like it.
Yeah, so that's definitely what that looks like,
Saved by the Bell. Yeah,
some of the older racers would probably kind of get that, but I'm not sure everybody gets that. But there you go. So Brandon Dreyer out there in P13, so having himself a good run, and still kind of quite a ways to make up for a position. But still out there racing, and that's what we want to see. He does have a nice gap over Chris St. Mary running in 14th, so no real possibility of a pass or getting past for position without maybe something else going on there. So let's keep it clean there as Dreyer works his way around. Is actually closing the gap up to P12, and Paul Wojcik still in the car. So noticing that there's a couple of teams that have not done a driver swap. I don't really have the rule set on when that was supposed to occur, but I think Tom is out there as a solo driver anyway. So not sure how that plays out, but I'm going to say as a sponsor, probably not eligible for prizes. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Yeah, so we'll see how that all shakes out. Once again, that's outside of my purview. My purview is calling action on the track as we're watching there. Let's go back up to the Piranha Gooses if we can there, Josh. It seems like we've got a little bit of a battle there starting to brew between William Brunner there in the P6 position with Audrey Tan in 7th, and the distinguished, no, that's not the distinguished Yellowbirds right behind. That is
maybe Tamara, that's Tamara Kosinek in Team Tam Drew.
Oh, there we go.
Andrew.
Tamara Kostrinik. There we go. In Team Tamdrew. There we go. Now we got it all. So we got a nice little 3-car battle here. This is for P7. So you got a nice little battle going here between Brunner, Tan, and Kostrinik. As Kostrinik's still out on the track as well since this drop of the green flag. So once again, we got some solo drivers out here tonight, and Kostrinik doing a really good job actually, having quite a good race, and has been battling every chance that she gets. As we're watching Audrey here working their way, I think we're going down into turn 1. Is making that sharp corner, get a good run out. Yeah, nicely done. Good lines through there. As they're losing a little bit of time there to the car up in front, the Piranha Gooses. So dropped off them just a little bit as the 83 of Brunner has kind of stretched that gap out to 1.4. As we've got the leader coming around to lap them as well. So coming around to work on P8 through 6 and put those drivers a lap down as well. So Tom's having himself quite a run, starting from the back, working his way through the field, now trying to lap the field as well. So he's having himself quite the drive tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. He is out there flying for sure. He's got this track's number definitely. Yeah, still a little bit perplexed about the driver change here. It does say, in the notes that we are supposed to be having a fuel/driver swap. So not really sure what that's that exactly how that shakes out, if maybe they apply a penalty if there wasn't one at the end, and we'll talk about, maybe we'll do that after the race sort of thing. But he is flying out there for sure. 22-second lead, and then 7 seconds behind that you're going to find the next team there. So he's definitely out there moving for sure. These things almost suit a track like this, I'd say. I mean, it's almost like a rallycross track. If you put a little jump or two on it and some dirt in 1 or 2 of the corners, this would actually be a pretty awesome rallycross track. Rallycross track. So it's actually suited to these. When I first heard, as we're getting some action actually here into T1, Amy Hausil going up the inside of Michelle Squarek. Probably not going to have the advantage, though, coming into the next corner. Going to let that one go smartly, I think, Charles. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, maybe not. Make the dive to the
nice
inside
move.
of the corner.
Yeah, good switchback.
You can see them. You can see those drivers obviously racing very hard. I think obviously Amy is kind of the lead here of the series, and Michelle is one of the admins. So they're probably having a good laugh about this as they're battling each other going around these corners. I did want to throw this out. I was looking through the driver notes, and we don't have Ginger Ayers out there on the grid tonight. But I did see it was her 30th birthday yesterday, so I wanted to wish Ginger a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
I promise, just from having an ex-wife and children, that when 30 comes around, it's a little difficult for a woman sometimes. I'm not saying it was for Ginger. I'm just saying that we wish you a very happy birthday and a lot more as well. I know my 40th, it was terrible. So I'm just going to tell you right now.
Hey, getting up there myself. For sure. Yep.
I mean, I barely remember my 40th birthday at this point.
Ooh, that's all relative.
We do want to wish Ginger a happy birthday. And my guess is, as much as she likes sim racing, she's probably enjoying this a whole lot better by not being out here on the track for her birthday weekend. So
for sure.
Congratulations and happy birthday.
Yeah, hopefully had some fun this weekend for sure. Take the Buddy Cup off, come back for the next race that we have coming up here as well. Michelle Squarek on the comeback drive here still. Wonder if she can make up any more positions from where she started there. She's actually back now up 2 positions. Piranha Goose is up 6 behind them. Tom O'Gorman's up 15 positions, and then we have a little bit of a deficit from some of their distinguished gentle birds, actually down 7 with some pace. I was actually watching Amy Hausil flying around here. She's got some pace in one of these cars, some real good racecraft there between her and Michelle Squarek, and now pulling away now from Michelle Squarek in the 9. So we'll keep an eye on her maybe to move forward a little bit more as well. There's a bit of a deficit there, but not too much. Might be able to catch another car as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Still, I'll say that there's not much time left at all. It's Kerry Anderson running third, having a good run up 5. But Gorman is class to the field tonight, having had himself quite the day. as we come around, and this is either going to be, I think this may be the checkered flag. Is this going to be the checkered flag we're going to draw?
It might be. It
Or
may
we're
be
gonna get
checkered.
one
Yep.
more lap. I think it may be checkers. This may be the white flag lap. So Tom O'Gorman is going to just walk away with this unless his car just explodes in the final couple of corners here. I think he's going to walk away with the victory. And we're going to get Dave Mole running in second. It looks like he's going to get second place. We do have a battle for P3 between Carrie Anderson and Amy Housel for that final podium position. So we'll have to see how this all works out, as you see Housel there in the background, and Tom O'Gorman makes it across the line, taking the checkered flag. And we're going to see who gets P3 here as we say, oh no. And we've got Michelle Squire moving up, taking the position over Amy Housel. Who is she out of fuel?
Oh,
Are we
no.
gonna import the Thompson Trophy over here to the Liberty Belle League?
It might have to. We haven't brought that out in a while, have we? Holy cow. I wonder.
We have not. And there's Carrie Anderson taking the P3. So she's going to get that final podium position. So great run by Carrie. Michelle Squire just coming up. And yeah, that looks that looks like she's out of gas. So we'll have to, once we talk with Amy here after this, we'll have to explain the Thompson Trophy and why she won it tonight. So, as she worked her way around the last lap there, trying to get the car to cough and sputter, she may need a push from somebody. If somebody's willing to give her a boost around the corner, she may need it for this last little bit of track there. As Audrey Tan comes across Team Skittles, getting the P5. So great run by Audrey Tan and her teammate as well. Paul Newton, both very consistently up to the front of the field. So great race there. As we're going to get help here from we get the we had another car that's slow. It's Christinic as well. Are we going to have two? Yep. Oh no. Wow, we've got dual Thompson Trophy winners as Tamara Christinic is going to finish P7 if she can finish. That's going
Somebody needs to help her. We need some help here. Who's still out there?
Housel, about 100 yards short of the checkered flag.
Here she comes. Audrey Tan's going to help out. Is she going to help out?
Are we going
Team
to get
Skittles? Nope.
Nope. So we're going to get a tow back from team from the other car that was there, which was Tamara Christinic, and then Amy is going to tow as well. So no help, no love from the rest of the field for those two cars. So we have two Thompson Trophy winners and a really good race, Josh. It was fun to see these Beetles out on a hard track for the entire 40 minutes.
Yeah, that was super fun for sure. You know, when I heard they were doing Beetles around here, this could be chaos or it could be really fun, and that was really fun, and it was super fun to watch from the chat here. We actually are hearing in the chat here that P1 and P2 are solo drivers, so they just needed to do the fuel, which is the same amount of time double drivers have. So perhaps what we're seeing here, Charles, is just some deficit in the pit, period. Some people took a little more fuel, maybe some people took some tires and others didn't, and I think that's probably what we're seeing. You know, we may have, or myself there, read into it a little too much perhaps, and that's all it was, but we just got some different kind of pit times there. So very interesting stuff though, and a really, really fun race to go back and look back on later on as well. Be good stuff.
Yeah, it really was. Really fun race, and love the team concept. Obviously, really good battling, and obviously when you get a new car, it's a little bit of a learning curve, and we saw that tonight with some of our less experienced drivers struggling just a little bit, because obviously this car does not drive like a Mazda MX-5 in any form or fashion. So a little bit of a learning curve there, but I think, you know, to be fair, all the drivers did a really good job. Saw some really good racing out there, some hard racing, but some fair racing as well. So great bit of driving. Love to see Michelle Squire working her way back up after the spin in turn one on lap one. Just absolutely come back through the field to finish P4. I'm sure she would have liked to have been on the podium and just missed out. And then but good driving all the way around, and was lovely to see it. I was very happy to be part of this broadcast tonight, and I think we are due to have a couple of interviews here at the end of the race. So we'll wait as we've got Amy in the waiting room But I think we're maybe waiting on maybe our first and second place finisher. I think is what we're P1 and P2 to be interviewed. So we'll have Tom O'Gorman back in the booth where he should be.
Yeah, we'll give him a sec here to make his way down. If he doesn't, I'll just grab him here, but he should be coming in here soon. We'll grab him in a minute here. We'll just give it a sec.
We don't have to give him directions. He knows where it is, right?
That's true. He should, yes. He should know. Yeah, I think he's up there talking. We might just have to grab him, but yeah, we'll give him another minute here.
Let's go ahead and bring Amy in, and we'll just have a conversation with her as we're waiting on our P1 and P2 finishers to come in. Amy, so we have to explain something to you. Here at Slow Motion Broadcasting, we have what we call the Thompson Trophy, named in honor of Adam Thompson, who was the owner of Slow Motion and one of the racers that's involved. And it's named after him, and it's given out to the cars who run out of fuel on the final lap. So congratulations on your Thompson Trophy tonight. It was you and Tamara Kristinik as well. You actually came the closest. You were like 100 yards or so away from the finish line. Did everything you could to get there. And then after all you've done for this league, they didn't even have the good grace to come around and give you a push. That's just terrible.
You know, before we start any race, I say something along the lines of like, race respectfully, but don't forget to race. So I'm happy about it.
You know what? That's exactly what we saw tonight. We did see a little bit of bumping during the course of the race. Matter of fact, I saw you and Michelle Squirick going at it a couple of corners as you were trying to get around to get that position, and successfully done. So it was a really good racing. Yeah, I think there was really good racing on the track. Obviously, a little bit of a departure from the MX-5s that your group is used to driving. So I'll ask you, just as a driver, how did you find the car here at Tsukuba, as far as just your ability and what maybe you think you need to go back and kind of revisit a little bit?
So I want to touch on one thing that you mentioned, because you mentioned that people were getting a little bumpy and things like that. So Ken was the one actually racing around with Michelle. So I started the race, and what I noticed was all of a sudden a blur of rainbow passed me on the right side, which I believe is Tom O'Gorman. And I've heard that Tom is always pretty concerned with incident points. So I guess this worked out for him.
Yeah, I don't think he was as concerned tonight as he usually is. How about that? So there were a few very, very aggressive moves made by Mr. O'Gorman there during the course of the race. So no, but it was a fun race. Once again, obviously being new to the league, there's some really, really good drivers here. You could see that there's good drivers out in the field, and even with a change in car, they handled it really well. A couple issues, I think, just kind of understanding that these cars won't lot the rears up and turn sideways any opportunity they get. But I think once everybody kind of realized that, settled down, it turned out to be a really, really good race.
Yeah, I think so. It was a big jump we started the league early with the MX-5, and then we moved over to the GR86. So we're all pretty used to the GR86 now. So I wanted something fun for everybody to kind of get out of their comfort zone, and there's nothing better than the Beetle, right? So Ken tested this. He said, hey, take 3 laps in it. I did. And it's just fun. You get to plow on the front of the car out of every exit. It was a good time, and everybody was pretty neck and neck. We were really jumbled up compared to the GR86s, which I think made it really fun. It kept us all close. It was an equalizer in a way, outside of Tom and KB and those our fast drivers. But yeah, I think it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know we were expecting maybe a couple other interviews tonight. Are we going to see those over? I know Tom knows the address to the interview, or to the waiting room and the broadcast area. So I'm just kind of waiting to see if we're going to get anybody else But is there anything that you want to announce, or there's maybe some thanks that you want to give out before we talk about maybe the livery of the race? I think is what we need to come up with here.
Yeah, you guys are in charge of livery of the race. But yeah, I have a lot of thanks. I came up with this idea on a drive home from an autocross with my husband, and I saw a gap a little bit in the grassroots for women on the education level and skill refinement for things like this. So I wanted to build something with all of the women I know, and I know who would love this. And nothing is without a village. So I have to give thanks to Philly SCCA, specifically Jeff Jacobs, Will Brunner, and Ken Housefield, my husband. Those guys have been behind me driving this from the very beginning. And then all of our coaches. So we have an all-woman coaches for the league. So Michelle Squirick, Michelle Lynn, KB Anderson, Jen McDonald, you guys have been the best, and it would be nothing. This league would be nothing without those girls. So thank you. And then our sponsors, SRG, Lizard Brain Podcast, and everybody else. There have been people who have donated money, Cam, Emilio, John Caserta, and a list goes on, but I just have to say a big thank you to everybody who have made this possible for me. It has improved my life in so many ways and just brought me so much joy. So thank you so much to everybody.
There you go. Amy, thank you for stopping in and having a little bit of a conversation with us. And I think if you just want to stick around. All right, Josh, we need to come up. I think we've got our top three, but we need to pick a winner. We talked about the liveries here. I think with the three that we kind of said stood out were the Team Skittles car was one of those. Definitely. I think the team the Green Dime with Jason Green and Michelle Lynn with the lovely sketch art on the sides. And finally, what was the other one? The Saved by the Bell livery is what I called it, which was which car was that? You had to shuffle around a little bit. Let's find it.
Oh, that was Brendan, I believe. That was the Brendan.
Yeah.
What's the name? We're getting we are getting familiarized with the names and the teams here still from our first round of this race here. But I believe, just let me look it up quickly here. And I will find it. That is the VW Rabbits with Melanie Kwong and Brendan Dreyer is what that was. That's
Brendan
correct.
Dreyer, that's right. So those are our top three. So of those top three, what are we thinking is going to be our winner tonight, Josh?
That's a hard one. You really nailed it with the Saved by the Bell thing, and I really like sort of the 90s livery on that one. It's hard to shy away from the green and purple of Michelle Lynn and Jason Green's car, because we just, we know those cars so well, but cheapers. I think I'm going to have to go with the Saved by the Bell one. I think that's my vote.
All right. You know what? I think I'm going to go with that as well. I think that's going to be our winner tonight for the livery.
So that's Team VW Rabbits.
So the Team VW Rabbits, and it is the very yellow liveried car there of Dreyer and teammate
Melanie Kwong. Yeah.
Melanie. Yeah, exactly. So. Melanie,
there it is. Got her on screen now for everybody to see there.
Congratulations.
Pretty cool.
There we go. Look at that, Melanie Kwong. That is a really good livery. And so here's the thing: is I said Saved by the Bell, but there was an old cartoon. And I say old because I'm old. It's Rocco's Modern Life. So
I was just going to say that.
So either one of those two, I'm very happy with. So I like the design.
They're both great shows.
It's a lot of good colors there. And two great shows as well, I would agree. So
TV decided the livery tonight. The TV shows decided the livery.
Yes,
some good stuff out there.
Potato brains have decided the livery for tonight, and it is Team VW Rabbits. So congratulations to them for getting the best livery design. award.
Yeah,
So there you go.
absolutely. So that's the one, Amy, that we picked for tonight. We're going to try maybe here to pull Tom O'Gorman down into the room here and have a talk with him as well before we shut her down here. Oh, you know what? Did he just leave? You know what? I think he just left. Oh no, there he is. He's in the interview, and we got Dave M as well. Perfect. Right on. So let's pull Tom in, and I'll have a talk with him here. See what is going on. Tom, that was quite the race. You definitely had the pace out there today, lapping very quickly in this car. This place almost seems like a place where these cars would be naturally. You put a little dirt and a jump or two in here, and you kind of have yourself a rallycross course. How'd it feel out there to you?
This place is such a blast. First of all, thank you for Amy for putting this race on for us. I usually commentate the Liberty Belle League with DJ Alessandrini, who's traveling this weekend with you on the production, Josh, and it was really fun to race with a bunch of the people, both from that group and our Lizard Brains podcast group and all that. But I mean, yeah, these cars are so much fun. This is like right up my alley. I love soft cars. I love cars where you can dip some tires. You know, I'll skip the GT4, I'll skip the GT3, maybe, you know, I'll perk up in some stock cars or something, but I get so excited about these rally cars, so I had to jump in on this one, and it was a blast. I missed basically everything up until the start of the race, but these feel right at home.
Awesome. Yeah, we're just watching some of the driving around here. You can really sling these things around, a little bit of camber and stuff around here. And we saw some really good driving, actually, right from the very beginning. Had a bit of an incident there with the pass when you guys split one of the drivers. Almost looked like some netcode actually took out the driver there. You guys had a bit of contact. I don't think you actually took any damage, and they ended up taking some. But other than that, it was a very clean race out there, and you had a bunch of pace. You're usually on these during the week here, and you know, it's a pretty unique league, being an all-women's league and being put together. Maybe you can talk a little bit about sort of the season we've seen here, and then we'll ask you maybe who you can thank on the way out.
Yeah, for sure. I have had a blast watching the Liberty Belle League, mostly because you don't really find... I personally have never seen in sim racing a group of people who are not super, you know, 10 years into the game sim racing, or, you know, they're joining a group of people who are 10 years into the sim racing. This is really started with Amy kind of rounding up a whole bunch of people that she knew who maybe weren't super comfortable with sim racing or weren't, you know, really deep into the game before, but creating a race where they're all going to race together and learn together and be around people of like mind, and you can put voices to faces to names, not just have your name be essentially a stranger when, you know, you do an official race. So it's created a really cool environment where it's almost this co-opetition where everyone's cooperating and working together to get better, so that when they're competing, they can get the most out of it for themselves, but also have the most fun with the people around them. I think it's kind of created this really special thing in that way. And then to get to jump in with a bunch of the people who are, you know, obviously supporting them, it was really cool.
Yeah, for sure, and hit on a lot of really good points there. You know, being able to put faces to names, and you know, you get sort of from camaraderie going, and it really does change the dynamic out there when you're racing, and you get a good group of people together, especially with the help and everything too, and it really can change things and make it just that much more fun for sure and immersive. But awesome win today, Tom. We're back for the final round here in not too long. Is there anybody you'd like to thank on the way out here?
I want to thank my mom.
Oh, nice.
I don't really have anyone to thank, so I'm going to thank my mom.
Oh, heck, that's wow. Yep, that's what you want to do for sure. Probably the best one to thank out there. So yeah, right on, Tom. Got a great win, and we'll I'll catch you in the booth on the next one, man. Good job.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
There you go. That was Tom O'Gorman, winner tonight, and broadcaster every other week here of the series. So it's good to have a chat with him. And we've got Will Brunner up there as well.
Yeah, might as well pull him in
the waiting area. I thought I saw Dave Mull up there a few minutes ago, who
was
finished
there
second in the race, but he just kind of dropped out. So it's I guess, Josh, we'll leave it up to you. We want to talk to Will. We just want to say we want to say we'll go on. I think we can.
It's
we've
Will,
got
Sarah's
time as
husband.
far
You
as
know,
I
I'm not sure if we should grab him or not, if he's going to be expecting us or not here. Maybe we'll just maybe we'll wrap her up for now. So we'll go on to the next one here.
Absolutely.
That was an absolutely amazing night though, Charles, and lots of fun out there. You know, wasn't sure exactly what to expect with the VW Beetles and team racing and pit stops and a little bit of chaos out there, especially up here in the booth trying to figure out all these names and liveries and team names and names versus liveries. But I had a blast, man, and this was really fun, and I think they had way more fun out there on track as well. And I think the viewers here, our chat's going off pretty good too. So sounds like a good idea. Hopefully we can do another one of these and have some more fun soon.
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, we were sitting there asking if Will Brunner was going to come in.
Oh, there he
guess
is.
What? Will Brunner came into the booth all on his own. Will,
nice.
welcome.
Well, you can
in.
now tell about how much of a stream delay there is between.
Yeah, there we go. You
So
heard
my
me.
end.
Excellent.
Yeah, there you go. So, hey,
Perfect.
so good race tonight. So, talk about it from your perspective. We enjoyed it. I think it was a really good race, really good combination. These little VW rally cars drove quite well around here at Tsukuba.
Yeah, it was a good time. Definitely challenging to find places to overtake. You know, even when I made my move, the one or two that I had to for position, it was super tricky to like try and actually get those braking zones because they're so short and it's so easy to lock those fronts. But it made it interesting, made it challenging. Unfortunately, did not do my proper checklists and didn't quite make sure that I filled it full of fuel.
Oh.
And it auto-fueled instead off of Sarah's
Figured
numbers,
that's what was
which
going on out there.
yeah, her numbers are a little less than mine because I steer with the throttle a little bit more.
Okay.
Well,
Right.
here's the funny thing is I was just, as you were talking, I was watching the replay and you locked the tires up to allow Tom around you so you didn't have to run an extra lap. And I was just about to ask you about your fueling. But
Yep.
you confessed, so you know, obviously, you know, it's all good because I had to explain the Thompson Trophy for running out of fuel in the final lap to Amy because she got one tonight along with who the other driver, who I can't remember right off the top of my head, but we had two tonight. It was
Yep.
so you saved yourself from getting the third. By not having enough fuel, so I do want to ask about the team name and the livery of the Piranha Gooses.
Took us a minute.
I feel like there's a story there.
Yeah, well, it's a short one, but yeah, on the hood of the car is our dog's face, and we have at times called her a silly goose. We have also called her a piranha, especially when she was, you know, younger and in that stage. So it became Piranha Goose.
Piranha Goose. Nice. I like
And
it.
hence
there
there are piranhas and gooses all over the car.
Yeah, well, so, you know, I had a little story about it myself. I grew up, you know, I'm an Alabama guy, and I'm, you know, lifelong Alabamian, and I grew up very rural. So we had geese as a part of the livestock on our property, and they're almost as good as piranha, and they're probably better than most guard dogs, to be
They're
fair.
vicious, yeah.
As far as keeping people out of your yard. So so I thought that was very funny. But yeah, so William, congratulations, good run tonight. I looked like everybody was having a good time, and like everybody was enjoying the track combination with the car. So I'll let you I'll give you a chance to give any thanks before we let you go and prepare for whatever comes up next for you.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks to Amy for obviously getting all of this together. Super happy to support it in the various ways that I've been able to. Certainly given my wife some fun with some sim racing. We've enjoyed doing this in the past, so it's been a great opportunity for her. So, yeah, great times.
All right, there you go. Will, thanks for stopping in, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, see ya.
All right, take care. That was Will Brunner finishing tonight in P6 overall. And I think that is going to just about do it for us tonight. So, Josh, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come in and do the broadcast tonight, as well as thanks to Amy and everybody involved here with the Liberty Belle League. This has been the Buddy Cup. Really had a good time tonight. For everybody involved, for our sponsors, the Philly region of SCCA, Sim Racers Group, Lizard Brains Podcast, as well as all the administrators who make this league possible. Thank you very much for stopping in tonight. Josh Wilkie, thank you for doing some of the commentary and handling all the production work. I'm Charles Boschel. Look forward to seeing you again where I see you, and take care, be safe, and see you next time.